Got a caliper stud kit from Rennline. So reason is, if you start tracking, you start going through pads, you're gonna have to buy new bolts for every time. It's 80 bucks Australian for is it a pair? I think it was a pair of bolts. So not particularly cheap, and these replace it. This is what the cup car is going to use, and it's also easier because you can hang the caliper on there instead of having to line it up and hold it with one hand. So here's a few things I think I'm going to need. So there's an awesome video from Jet Fuel Only. Highly recommend that. I'm just going to run through it myself here and see if there's anything particular that I found a bit weird or tricky, but fairly straightforward to install. The brakes on these are a quick and easy job. And what you're going to need, you'll need a 10 mil hex, whether a socket or a big Allen key, but you're going to want it to get those bolts out. A ratchet, of course, to deal with. Two 17 mil wrenches. So you need to lock, they actually give you, which is fantastic, 2 nuts, because you need to lock the nut onto nut to put the stud in, only lightly. They give you a little bit of Loctite. It's the 243, which is a pretty solid one. Instructions. I've got this is a ram set masonry for drilling holes and putting ram set bolts in to just clean the threads out a little bit. Not probably too important, but we'll get it nice and clean if we can. I think that's about it. And a torque wrench. It's super light to torque these in, but then when you put the nut on, you torque them to I think about 54 pounds, which is I think about 73 Newton meters in what you're supposed to be using on this. So yeah, easy. So yeah, let's get started. Any issues, we'll be sure to point them out. As a bonus, I've got the brake line stud kit. So the brake lines are held in by 2 10 mil bolts, and it's all spring loaded and kind of tricky and easy to stuff up. So I got that kit as well. So we'll be doing that at the same time. For the assembly, you'll know they're not a 6-point, they're actually a 12-point. So you're going to need a 12 millimeter 12-point socket to properly tighten them up, because you're just not going to get the grip if you use another 6-point. It's not going to fit properly and you're going to risk damaging it. But yeah, 12-point sockets, they are fairly common. So you might have one in your toolkit anyway. You can see how many points are in there compared to the old, that one there, it's just a 6. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But yeah, that's probably the only weird thing about it so far. All right, pretty straightforward. To take the studs off, it was a 10 mil socket, and this one was a bit tight, so I used just a 10 mil ratcheting wrench for there. I've got a lock set up here to chain to hang the caliper from, because we're just off the points there, so it's not going to be hanging on the back. I'm not doing the pads right now. I am doing the rotors. I actually had to call it quits on a track day because I had a big crack. There she is. A big crack in this rotor. It went all the way through. They've done me well. They've probably done about maybe 8 full track days, so about 16 half days, and done very well. They've had 2 sets of pads on them. Haven't been machined. They got a little tiny, not a little bit of a texture to it, but not much, a little bit of a wave. But yeah, just that crack, because there was a big puddle coming off into the pits as you came off the track on the left-hand side. So I suspect that's what happened there. Because after I found mine, a couple other guys looked at their cars and also had cracks on their left-hand side. So I suspect that's why we got a cracked rotor. So, okay, so we'll start loosening these bolts off here, and so we can hang the caliper and then remove the rotor and get these studs in. So it'll be a bit easier to do the studs, I think, maybe without this in place, but it doesn't matter. It's just a big rotor to work around. So we got everything off we need to take off. The bolt on the bottom's out, it's just on the top one, and I've got the chain in place, although I think I need to move it a bit to tighten it up. I've also loosened the caliper, the rotor retaining screws, so the whole rotor is moving. Not something you need to do if you're just doing the bolts, of course, but this should just come right out. There we go. Let's move this higher. We're ready to move it higher anyway. Go, bolt is out, so we can lift the caliper off. Might be a bit stuck because Yeah, I haven't really pushed the pistons back. Anyway, let's hook this up. I'll try to grab it, pull with your fingers. Just need a couple millimeters clearance. And that feels like it. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And we'll get that a little bit higher on the hook. There we go, so there's no weight on it. And I can pull off this dead rotor. So this is where we'll be putting the studs. Actually, it's gonna be great to show you guys where they go, having all this off. Okay, we'll grab the studs and some Loctite. But first, we'll chase the holes with my little brush. We'll run it through a few times and just make sure it's nice and clean. I guess you could use some brake cleaner and stuff in there too, but those threads in there look perfectly clean. So we'll get that ready to go in. So I got the 2 nuts on there, and what we'll do, we'll just, 5 Newton meters is not a lot. I don't have anything that goes that low. It's almost like a bike tool. But we'll just turn that one there, and you put a socket on if you need to. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna lock it in now to put. So series says that 5 foot-pounds is 6.78 Newton meters. So yes, not a lot. Anyway, we'll just get it so it bottoms out, which you're supposed to do on the threads, and then just a little bit of tension to get it snug. So let's put some Loctite on here. Now, they don't give you much, but I do have a bottle of this, and everybody should, because it is the 243. It's something that you should always have around the house. So open that up. Yep. There we go. So we'll just run it down the thread. Don't need to drown it. And put that in. Feels like it's seated and not really going very far. There's no more room to go on that. Okay, I'll break those loose and we'll do the next one above it. Both of those studs are in, looking good. All right, so while you're supposed to let it sit for about 20 minutes and have that cure, we can get started on the stud bolts for the brake line. Now it's gonna be a bit trickier to film because they're up behind, but you want to get them in far enough that with the bracket and the nut on, you've got a couple mil threads sticking out the other side. So we'll have to probably play around with that a little bit and just put them in and see how we go. They do have an Allen key on the end. They are like a grub screw. So we'll get an Allen key to fit and put these in as deep as we can go to get them sticking out. So you want a couple mil sticking out past the nut. So just setting the depth of this thing. And then you got the thickness of the bracket, which is there, which is a touch thicker than a washer. So I'm going a little bit higher there and put 2 washers on. So if I just put that in so it's sort of snug, so the Loctite dries, and then that should be the right, I figure that should be the right depth. So actually might do a little extra quarter turn on that nut to get a little bit extra, and that should be good to go. There we go. I got the studs in. That one there, and the one on the other side. So they're going to cure for a bit. So I'm going to go and crack on with the other side, and that should give enough time for these studs to get cured, and we'll get going with the rotor as well. I've had a bit more than the 20-minute curing time here, so let's just hoist this back on. So we'll start by undoing our hook on the top, or at least moving it down a couple, so if it slips, it still catches and doesn't stretch that brake line. Pads are pushed back a bit, and now we'll just slide it in. Oh, and that's it. How good is that? That's fantastic.
Hell yes.
Okay, so that is just slides on. I can undo our hook on the top here. I'm sure I could probably just let this go and it won't fall, but let's just keep a hand on it. And they come with a washer and then of course the 12-point nut. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay, that's so much easier. Now, try to maneuver all the little things onto the studs, because they get a washer and a nut as well for the brake lines. But yeah, that's a pretty easy install. And it's kind of like a while you're at it kind of thing there too. This is also a good time while you're at it if you want to adjust your sway bars. I run mine soft on the front and medium in the back. That gives a lot of front end compliance and helps cut out the understeer. So I'd recommend giving that a try versus, say, maybe just medium in the front and full stiff in the back, because you can stiffen the car up and make it a bit twitchy if you're just starting off. So anyway, let's get these little studs on. The studs are up here. That's pretty cool. So we can, yeah, just, oh, great. That's so good. We just maneuver it down. Oh, just hook it on the stud. Look at that. Hook it on the stud. Washer. Nut. Surprised they didn't use a nylock nut here, to be honest, but I guess it's, maybe it's a heat thing from brakes, but yeah, that's a bit odd. Okay, I want to cross thread it. Come on. There it goes. Okay, I'll do the one on the inside. It's gonna be easy too. You can see it there, that little stud. Once you've done it once and fumbled around trying to get the angle of that bolt in and the spring loadedness of the clamp, of the brake line holder, these are worth their weight in gold. I think they're 25 US. I got them shipped down to Australia with the other ones, so still fairly cheap, but makes it really easy. So yeah, time is money, and that saves a lot of time. So these have a torque setting of hardly anything, so just want to get them snug. There we go. That's there you go. That's snug, easy. So that's all you want to do on those caliper brake line brackets, but we'll do the main ones in a second on the calipers. Time to torque these guys. They are 54 foot-pounds, which in newton meters is you're looking at 70, I think it's about 73.6, so 73.2, so we'll call it 74, and we'll just torque these. Can we get this a bit shorter? Not really, you can't get around the caliper. So 74 newton meters, we'll call it. We'll just torque that one a little, and we'll torque the top one a little, just because it's the first time we're doing this on it, so. Back and forth so everything goes on even. There we go. Clickety click. Clickety click. There we go. Stud's done. And for me, that's fresh rotors. Perfect.